Now it's about time we do another Vise review on the channel. I think y'all are going to like this one. Hello everybody, welcome to Savage Flies. I'm Matt, thanks for stopping by. Now there are about 4 things I look at when I'm reviewing a vise. First off, does it hold a hook? Or how well does it hold a hook? If it doesn't do that very well, then it's just not a good vise. And the second thing, it's the materials. What's it made out of and how durable do I think the vise is going to be? And the third thing, how easy is it to use? If it's a true rotary, how easy is it to get the hook lined up with the axis of rotation? And if it's a non-rotary vise, how easy is it to, adjust one bolt, flip it upside down, tighten that bolt so you can tie on the underside of it? And then lastly, the cost. That's always a factor, and how good a value is it going to be? So let's take a look at these criteria with Griffin's Odyssey Spider, this guy right here. So first off, does it hold a hook well? Yeah, absolutely. It holds a hook really well. We'll get to that in just a second. Second, what's it made out of? Okay, well, let's go through some of the specs. It's mostly aluminum. It comes in just over 10 ounces. Let's put the magnet test to it. So lots of aluminum parts with the C-clamp and the post up here. But the jaws are steel, as they should be. That's going to give it a lot more durability. There are a couple of plastic parts to it. You've got some of the caps on the bolts here are plastic, and then this cap on this bolt right here for the C-clamp, that's plastic. But it does have a really nice C-clamp, 1 7/8 inch opening, so it'll fit on some pretty big benches. And it was made in the US, so if that's important to you, you might want to consider this one. So let's take a look at getting this thing set up and just showing you how easy it is to use. Okay, I've got it on my bench right here. I'm going to put a size 8 streamer hook in it, so it's not huge. And how you put a hook in it, you've got these 2 bolts right here. The back one opens the jaws quickly. I think it's probably a 10-to-1 ratio. 10 turns this one, the small one would be 1 turn of the big one. So you just open it up, and then just big enough to get the hook you want in it, and then you tighten the small one, hand tight, doesn't have to be too much. You get it lined up and adjusted right there, and then you tighten the big one. So that's really pretty simple. And that hook, well, that one slipped a little bit on me because I guess I didn't have it dogged down too tight, but maybe 2 turns right there. Okay, that feels pretty tight right there. And yeah, that is not going to slip. And it does come with a bobbin cradle. So this is pretty easy to move around. Just pinch it together and then slide it around. So I want to take a look at how well did I get this hook lined up. And I'll just let's raise this a little bit right here. Put my ruler right up against try to line it up with the axis of the hook. And then let's spin it and see, does it look like it's spinning pretty well? Yeah, I think it is. I mean, I could tweak that a little bit more and get that a little bit more in line, but for the most part, it was pretty easy to get the hook lined up. Now, one other point to mention, how easy is it to set it up to get the right tension that you want? See, this one right here, this is kind of how I would use it. It's loose enough that I could spin it as a rotary, but it's tight enough that it's not going to slip if I want to just flip it around and tie on it like this. But how you can adjust that, you've got 2 bolts right here. Now this is not a one-handed operation. You loosen up the back bolt, which is really the handle, and then you have 1 more bolt right here, which if you loosen this up, then you've got, it's a pretty loose in the barrel right here. So you see that? Now that is going to be probably too loose to tie on, certainly easy to spin, but that's not really how you would probably want to use it. What you want to do is, loosen the handle and then find the right amount of tension for this one so that it will, spin around easily enough, but not too loose. So just find that right amount of tension right there. I think that's about it. And then tighten up the handle. So pull that one tight. And now you've got it adjusted for, proper tying. One other point on how to adjust it. This is a size 8 hook. If you had a bigger hook or a smaller hook and you wanted to use the rotary function, you would loosen this bolt. It does come with an Allen wrench, or an Allen key. So you could loosen that up and then just slide the jaws up or down, and you can angle them to get it, to adjust your axis right there. So that part of it is pretty easy to get set up. So for the first 3 criteria, it passes with flying colors. Holds the hook really well. It's made out of solid materials, enough aluminum to keep it light, but still where it needs to be. And it's pretty easy to get set up and use. Now, the last thing I look at is the cost and what kind of value is it. For a true rotary vise, somewhere in the $60 to $80 price range, yeah, this is a great value. And as an introduction to your first rotary vise, you really can't go wrong with this thing. Now, one more thing before we get into the giveaway part of this review, and in the interest of full disclosure, I want to give you a quick channel update. So June was a pretty good month for us. We had just over 40,000 views, and the channel made $278 from showing ads. So with that, we were able to give away 6 books. We gave away Tim Camisa's Fly Tying for Everyone, David Klausmeyer's 101 Favorite Nymphs and Wet Flies, gave away 3 copies of Mike Valla's Tying and Fishing Bucktails and Hair Wings, and then most recently we gave out Pat Dorsey's Tying and Fishing Tailwater Flies. We also did a gift card for the Name the Fly contest. And earlier in the month, we gave away a Max Catch vise. So all told, that was about $202 of giveaways, which leaves us with about $76, which oddly enough was just the right amount to give away this thing. So if you're new here, not sure how we do this, well, it's easy. Just leave a comment, and this one, we're going to put the hashtag Spider. So leave any kind of comment you want, but make sure you put #Spider somewhere in your comment. Today is Sunday, August 1st, 2021. Next Sunday, I'll go to the random comment picker. I'll do a drawing. We'll find a winner, and I'll get this vise in the mail to you. Just my way to say thanks. Thank you to the fly tying community. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you watching my videos. Y'all take care. We'll see you next time.